Talks in Hollywood are set to resume tomorrow. The WGA is expected to get back to the negotiating table with Hollywood producers as the stalemate drags on.
KCAL News reporter Tina Patel is live in the Fairfax district with the very latest this morning. Tina, what's going on?
A lot of people are waiting to see how these negotiations this week go, including comedian Bill Maher. He had originally planned to bring back his talk show Real Time here in Television City, but then he decided to change his mind, saying on social media yesterday, "My decision to return to work was made when it seemed like nothing was happening and there was no end in sight to this strike. Now that both sides have agreed to go back to the negotiating table, I'm going to delay the return of Real Time for now and hope they can finally get this done." The Writers Guild had planned to picket outside Maher's show if he returned without writers. They did that when Drew Barrymore went back into production on her talk show last week, and Barrymore did change her mind, putting the new season on hold. Writers have been picketing for months now, saying solidarity is important as they return to the negotiating table with the studios tomorrow. The Writers Guild not releasing many details about this latest round of negotiations, but we know from past negotiations that the union's been holding the line on issues like higher pay and residuals, as well as assurances on the use of artificial intelligence. We talked to some writers and actors on the picket line about why that is so important.
Our negotiating teams know they can't come back to our membership with a deal that's weak or lame or something that's going to kick the can down the road for another 3 years. This is an existential crisis where if we take a bad deal or the writers take a bad deal, you're talking about a career turning into a hobby.
Now, some of the people on the picket line tell me that they are optimistic about this return to negotiations. Others say they've been burned before and they're not going to get their hopes up just yet. The Writers Guild sent a message to their members yesterday saying that they likely won't have any updates while they're at the negotiating table, but they said they would reach out when there's something of significance to report. Ruta Bay.
All right, Tina, thank you for those latest developments. And joining us now to talk more about the WGA resuming negotiations this week is Elaine Low. She is a staff writer from The Ankler. Thanks for being back with us. So I know you're out on the picket lines. You're talking to people all the time, and you've been reporting what they've been telling you, which is what?
Well, with the talks restarting, people are feeling optimistic. They're hoping that they'll get what they see as a fair deal. These writers have been out on the picket lines for 4.5 months now. This has been no picnic, and they are prepared to strike for as long as it takes, they keep telling me, even this far into it. So there's optimism, but, you know, again, they're also prepared to still stay on strike if they need to.
And, you know, the studios in the first place kind of called their bluff and said people are going to lose homes, they're going to lose their salaries, they're not going to be able to make ends meet, we just are going to wait this out. That was basically the approach that had been reported. And now a lot of people are at their breaking points, right?
Labor Day weekend was really an inflection point. I think a lot of folks, the conventional wisdom was sort of maybe this thing will get sorted out by September. But then September came and Labor Day rolled around and the strike hadn't been resolved yet. Neither the writer's strike nor the SAG-AFTRA strike, which is a little over 2 months now. And, you know, I've heard from so many of our readers who say they're thinking about leaving LA because they can't afford to live here anymore if there isn't any more work. You know, it's not just the writers and the actors who are on strike who are affected. And I mean, obviously with a strike, the disruption is the point. But, you know, there's been a huge financial ripple impact through the local economy as well, both through Hollywood and, you know, even local restaurants.
Yeah, of course. The people who design the sets, the people who bake the food, all of those, all of the economy that revolves around the entertainment industry. What about the about face from Drew Barrymore and Bill Maher, who, you know, eventually were very vocally in support, who initially were vocally in support of the strikes, then they walked it back and said we're going to resume production, and now they're walking that back and saying no, we're going to wait.
Well, in Bill Maher's case, I think the statement that he released said something like that he didn't realize that the strikes, that the talks were going to resume, and now that the strike, you know, might be reaching a different inflection point, he's going to hit pause. There is some skepticism around that statement, given the public outcry over talk shows resuming. And the thing with these talk shows is talk show hosts are covered under a different contract that SAG-AFTRA actors are currently on strike for. You know, it's network code, it's something that's been negotiated separately. But these are WGA signatory shows, which means that they employ guild writers. And so when they're going back without these writers and also, you know, say they're not using quote unquote literary material. But you know, the Guild's position is that anything, whether it's a cue card or a teleprompter or interview questions, constitutes writing, which means that you know, it's considered struck work to work on a talk show.
Is it possible that either the actors or writers come to a deal and then the other ones continue to strike, or you think when one deal is reached, both will be?
Well, the
reached?
writers have indicated that even after they come to a deal, that they're essentially going to wait until SAG-AFTRA also comes to a deal for their TV and theatrical contract before everything, you know, gets back into gear. And, you know, with the way production is, the production cycles are, if things don't really get back into production, you know, or if the industry doesn't really start wearing back up around like October or November, that pushes production further out past January, past the new year, and that really impacts the rest of the broadcast network season.
All right, viewers are already starting to notice with the lack of their shows. Elaine, thanks for being here.
Thanks
Continue your great reporting.